If you could pick one career or profession for the rest of your life, and you're guaranteed to succeed and make money no matter how unrealistic or unorthodox the job that you're thinking is, what would you choose? Think about it for a second. Most people, when faced with a question framed with such certainty, would usually see their true wishes come to the surface pretty quickly. In this industry, there are various common answers. Some aspire to be professional players, some aspire to be content creators, others take to streaming because from the outside, it looks like an activity where you can just play video games and talk to people as a full-time job. But even if it's outside of the realm of gaming, some of you would have likely thought of something yourselves. Some people like archaeology, some people like stock trading, others want to be a bookstore owner, a writer, or a football player. Really, the options and variations in answers are limitless, especially today when even something which might have seemed absurd or out of this world in the past, like screaming and dancing to a camera or scratching and speaking intimately to a microphone to help people go to sleep, only scratches the surface on the plethora of ways to make a living. As we go about our lives, day by day, the times when dreams and ambitions, or the question everyone probably heard of at least once when you were young and in school, like, what do you want to be when you grow up, quickly gets brushed aside as you grow older and society tells you to be realistic. When was the last time you actually sat with yourself and thought about your dreams? How old am I now? Have I truly gave it a solid try? Can I still make it? Is it too late? Would I have made it back then if I really gave it a shot? These questions come up in the minds of people who have forsaken or abandoned their dreams because of life just happening, or got lost in all the busyness and forgot about them. But we constantly hear phrases like, you only live once, and we think, yeah, that's old news by now, we get it. But do you? Whether you're stuck in a job you hate, or you're currently unemployed because you resigned from that cubicle you got so sick and tired of, or the coworkers who verbally abuse you every day. Or you might be a bit more lucky than others and have some financial safety net from your family, but at the same time, you're just going with the flow and seeing where the wind takes you, or what other people who should technically be quote-unquote smarter than you are telling you to do, like family and friends, and you just say yes to all of it. Each of us have our own reasons, and there's no point in comparing it to others. What matters is where you are at currently and what you're gonna do about it. Imagine a younger version of yourself who's still sheltered and haven't seen the ways of the world. Do it for them. One last hurrah. It doesn't have to be anything glorious or grand, but planned and intentional. If you have a dream or goal that you have suppressed for a long time due to various life circumstances, give yourself the chance. A chance to try, a chance to see, a chance to remove any risk of regret for the future you. Set a deadline, a year or two, have a backup, but don't completely drop every single responsibility you currently have. But be very intentional with your free time. Be systematic about it. Create a roadmap. What you aim to do each week, what do you aim to accomplish each month, anything that takes you one step closer to that future you once saw as something that came out of a movie. You could perhaps remove any form of friction by just starting without a plan first, just to get things going. Then after a couple days, you slowly formulate some form of structure. Nothing has to be set in stone or perfect first to start. Now, I won't harp on any longer about how the act of taking the first step is the most important, since everyone has probably heard of it a million times through short-form motivational content, but you get the idea. Sometimes it's not even about feeling lost in life. At times, what's truly happening is you just forgot who you truly are along the way. Meeting new people, socializing, conforming to norms, trying to fit in, putting the wishes of other people first just to make them happy, or even with the wish of them accepting you. But we blink and it's halfway through 2026. It felt like COVID was just yesterday. Where did the time go? If all your life you've been thinking and doing what other people say and want, then when do we think about what we want? Alright, enough with the hopeful talk. Let's get practical. Whatever that goal of yours is, write it down on paper, on your phone, or on your computer's notepad, whatever it is. Then set a deadline. Of course, this varies by age and how many responsibilities you gotta juggle, but I'd say 1 to 2 years, borderline 3 years is fine, but I'd like to preface that just because there is a deadline does not mean that after the time is up, you should give up. There are alternatives. 1, you can either keep going for it on the side but not invest too much time to it and instead focus on what provides you stability. This is for those who already have a full-time job of some sort or a family maybe. Or 2, for the unemployed hermits, while you're chasing this dream of yours, perhaps you can still build something on the side, whether it's still connected to the industry you like, or if it's something completely different. But it has to run in parallel, so that once the deadline ends, at the very least after 1 to 3 years, you would have built something that can yield a result. But if you heard 1 to 3 years and think, nah, too long, then just click off the video because I'm actually lowballing the time. Some people who finally reached their goals took twice the amount of time or even more. Now, for the second option, what I mean by building something on the side but still within the same industry, for example, is, let's say, for the sake of explanation, we talk about this industry we're in, gaming. If our dream was to say be a professional player, then if that is no longer an option, after the 3 years we attempted with no results, then at least if we built something in parallel like content creation or streaming, even though there isn't a guarantee, but at the very least there will be some visible results if you actually take it seriously. With some caveats being seriously does not mean grinding 12 or 16 hours a day. What matters is the quality of the work, because quantity can come after once you've slowly built your tolerance and gradually increased your threshold. And again, quality also doesn't mean 4K resolution videos, studio level editing, or state-of-the-art hardware, but what it does mean is creating with intention within what you're capable of. Okay, practical session over, not really my style, since I'm not trying to turn into some productivity guru or self-help channel, but at the very least, I'd still like to give some direction instead of only talking about possibilities and ideas. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I would like to talk briefly about where I've been for the past week and just about this channel as a whole, even though I've probably already talked about it last video, but I have fallen ill, and if you couldn't tell by my voice, there is still a lingering effect. I'm not 100% healed yet, but after a short family trip, I fell ill and I was basically just bedridden for like a week. But yeah, I feel like maybe I would like to try and change my approach to how I make the videos in the future. I would still like to continue the backlog bonfire, but again, as I said in the previous video, I would only do it whenever I deem that it's the right time. I'm not gonna put a strict schedule on the backlog bonfire. What I'm trying to maintain is the consistency of these weekly videos, not the backlog bonfire. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII remake is actually done. So I also played the OG Final Fantasy, and that's done as well. So next up, I'll be, well, technically I did clear another game on my PS5, which was Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and now I'm on to the next game, which will be Witcher 2. So that's probably gonna be the footage you see on the next backlog bonfire. But yeah, I would like to try and maybe focus a little bit more on specific things. perhaps in gaming, instead of just giving somewhat surface level or general opinions and takes on various topics like I've been doing for the past couple months, about 4-5 months, I'd say, give or take, with the videos that seem to flow a little bit more like a video essay or just a talking session, I guess. So I'd like to try and see if I can hone down on more specific things on future videos. But yeah, that's it for today's video. And if you made it to the end, I appreciate you a lot. If you liked the video, please like the video. And if you would like to see more of this type of content, then click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.